The cameras flash, the crowd freezes, the royal wedding of the century is about to begin. But just hours before walking down the aisle, the future Queen of England's priceless diamond tiara snapped cleanly in half.
It's just a literal breaking point behind closed doors. You always picture these royal weddings as, flawless fairy tales, but the reality is so different.
Right, exactly. So welcome to this deep dive into our headline story, Why the Queen Destroyed Her Own Tiara. Today, we're using historical accounts and actual financial valuations to uncover the chaotic mishaps and secret sacrifices behind the late Queen's famous jewels.
Yeah, because once you look past the glamour and understand the reality of these objects, it just completely changes how you view royal history.
Oh, totally. And hey, if you're loving these pop culture and historical twists, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our future deep dives. But let's start with the ultimate symbol, which is Queen Elizabeth's engagement ring.
Right, which most people assume is, the absolute pinnacle of royal extravagance.
Yeah, but it's actually an illusion. It's valued around $252,000, which is a lot, obviously.
Right, a massive amount of money.
But it's not even close to being the most expensive royal ring. Bhutan's Queen Jetsun Pema actually holds the #1 spot with a ring worth $1.5 million.
Wow. Which really brings us back to the reality of Britain in 1946. You have Prince Philip, who was just a Royal Navy lieutenant at the time with very little money.
Right. So how does a guy on a Navy salary afford a 3-carat brilliant diamond ring set in platinum? I mean, he's about to marry the future queen. Doesn't he just have an unlimited budget?
Well, you have to remember the context. This is post-World War II Britain, so the country is under, really strict austerity measures. Even the royals had severe clothing rations.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that strict for them, too.
Yeah, so Philip simply didn't have the cash to just go buy a giant newly mined diamond. To help him out, his mother, Princess Alice of Battenberg, gave him her own aquamarine and diamond tiara.
Wait, so he sacrificed an entire tiara just to make a ring. That's like taking apart a priceless vintage Ferrari just to, build a custom motorcycle.
That's exactly what it's like. He took it to a London jeweler named Philip Antrobus to be completely dismantled. And the provenance of this tiara is just staggering.
Oh. Where did it originally come from?
It was actually a wedding gift to Alice from the doomed Russian Tsar Nicholas II and Tsarina Alexandra.
Wait, the Romanovs? Are you serious?
I'm totally serious. It was a direct link to the Russian Empire.
That's insane, meaning the stones on Elizabeth's finger literally survived the fall of the Romanov dynasty.
Hmm.
But what happened to the leftover diamonds from the destroyed tiara?
They definitely didn't just throw them in a drawer. The leftovers were turned into this stunning Art Deco piece called the Edinburgh wedding bracelet.
Okay, so Philip totally averts a financial crisis with this controlled demolition of a priceless heirloom. But we promised some chaos earlier. Let's go back to that snapping tiara on the actual wedding day in 1947.
Right, so tiaras back then had these rigid metal frames, right? And if the tension is just slightly off or the bride moves too fast while it's being pinned, the old soldering just gives way.
And Queen Mary's fringe tiara literally just broke in half. They had to rush it to Gerard, the royal jewelers, under a full police escort for a frantic welding job.
Yeah, and if you look really closely at her wedding portraits, you can actually see a slight gap where they did the hasty repair.
And that's not even the wildest part of the day. As if a broken tiara wasn't enough, they realized the historic Queen Anne and Caroline Pearl necklaces were completely missing.
Missing, just right before she walks down the aisle.
Yes. They were accidentally left sitting on display with the wedding presents at a completely different palace.
Oh my gosh, with the streets of London just completely choked with millions of spectators.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So her private secretary, Jacques Colville, literally commandeers a Norwegian king's limousine to fight through the crowds.
Wait, a king's limousine?
Yeah. And when the car gets stuck in the throngs of people, he literally ditches it and just sprints on foot through the crowds to fetch these priceless pearls.
That's amazing. It completely shatters that illusion of effortless majesty, Underneath the flawless facade, it's just relatable human panic.
It really is just pure sitcom chaos. So as we wrap up this deep dive, just remember that a royal wedding is an equal mix of priceless heirlooms and sheer panic. And leave with this provocative thought.
Oh, I love these. What is it?
Consider how those diamonds on Elizabeth's finger survived the tragic fall of the Russian Empire. They transformed from a relic of Romanov doom into the ultimate symbol of British royal endurance.
That is such a powerful way to look at it.
Right. Well, thanks for tuning in to this deep dive into pop culture and royal history. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on the stories that keep the stars shining.